Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Welcome back to another episode of Rob Sports Center. As you can see by the title, man, yes, I'm back with another video about Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. So I made a video previously giving my take on Anthony Edwards, saying that the game was much harder back in the day, that the guys back then, nobody had skill other than Michael Jordan. So I voiced my opinion on that. I disagree with that. Obviously, if you want to see that, you can go back and check that video. It's on this channel. But I seen recently that Magic Johnson responded. Now, like I said, to give you guys a brief rundown. See, in the recent last 2 years, I would say maybe 3 years, something like that, I've become acquainted with the game, the game prior to now. Old school, the 80s and the 90s. See, prior to that, I'm 28, by the way, just to let you guys know. So prior to these previous 3 years with me educating myself on the game, I probably would have agreed with Anthony Edwards. And it was because the lack of knowledge. We didn't see a lot of those games, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't see the vast majority of them, honestly. You know what I mean? Some of us might not even been born at the time. Like, when Bird was reigning supreme as well as Magic in the 80s, I wasn't born until 96. And then I was born in 96, so that was like the back end of Jordan's career going into the early 2000s. So once I came into basketball, I had a knowledge of, Kobe, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, like those guys, obviously LeBron, Paul Pierce, guys like that. But the prior legends of the game, other than just hearing people say this and that about the legends like Mike is the GOAT, I would have probably said Mike was the GOAT just because that was what was common to say, or that's what was popular to say. Once I went back and educated myself and looked, and I was like, hey, Mike is the GOAT. But I'm just kind of giving you guys I'm trying to give you guys like a rundown of the mindset of a younger person. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of you guys that's maybe watching this video or that's upset, are guys who came up watching that. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all probably was staying up late, like how I did with Kobe, with watching Bird games, or with watching Magic games, or with watching Mike games. You know what I mean? So a lot of us, we speak blindly about things when it comes to the past legends, when we have to put more respect on the past legend's name. But I think that it's a balance, man. It goes both ways. I think that the legends got to respect where the game is now and respect the talent in today's game. But then the today's athletes got to respect where the game was and how far it's come. So you got to salute the legends because they paved the way. If it wasn't for Magic, if it wasn't for Bird, if it wasn't for Mike, if it wasn't for Hakeem the Dream, if it wasn't for all of them, basketball would have never transcended and grew to being what it is now, to be this global phenomenon of a sport. So for Anthony Edwards and for anybody to diss the old school, I'm not okay with that. We can debate it and say, okay, cool, well, this was better back then, or they're better in this area now. But to discredit the OGs, but then also to discredit the future and what they're going to take it, I feel like we got to draw that fine line. So it has to be a mutual respect. But I seen that Stephen A. made a video and they were saying, like, was Magic Johnson out of pocket for the comment he made on Anthony Edwards. Now, for you guys who may not know, the comment that Magic Johnson made once he got wind of what Anthony Edwards said, he was like, I never respond to a guy who's never won a championship. I've got nothing to say. He didn't win a college championship, and I don't even know if he won a high school championship. Now, everybody know that Magic is a 5-time NBA champion. Everybody know that Magic is a one-time national championship. He actually beat Bird national championship. So, for him to talk like that is credible. Now, is it taking it too far? Absolutely not. Because my thing is this, right? And some people might say, well, Anthony Edwards only been in the league. Well, Magic went to the finals when, like, I think he was his rookie year. Then people gonna say that's because it was easier back then. It wasn't. Like, come on, man. Like, basketball is basketball. It hasn't changed. They've gotten better at shooting, 3-point shooting, and the dunks, and they got more flashier. The handles, they got more flashier. But just because you can dribble a ball faster and more flashier doesn't mean that you're being productive than the guys back then who had a simple 1-2 penetrate. You know what I mean? So I don't think that there's nothing wrong with Magic comment, because if you're going to say something like that, like the thing is this, when Anthony Edwards making that statement, it discredits and it disrespects the legends. It downplays Michael Jordan legacy, for one, because basically he's saying, oh, the reason why Mike won 6 championships back then was because the league wasn't talented. So then it downplays Mike's legacy, but then it downplays the guys that Michael Jordan beat in the finals. Karl Malone. Last time I checked, he wasn't a not skilled player. You know, John Paxson. Last time I checked, he wasn't a non-skilled player. You know, you don't get to the NBA even at that point being non-skilled. Charles Barkley, Clyde Drexler. Like, come on, man. Like, so for you to say those, Gary Payton, for you to say those things, make a statement like that, you're discrediting everything that basketball, in a sense, was transcended on. You know what I mean? From, like I say, from that 80s, at the time before Magic and Bird came in, from what I was hearing, the NBA was at the lowest. They were getting beat out, I think, by college games. That's how bad it was. But you brought the Magic and Bird rivalry because they were so competitive and they wanted to beat each other. It revitalized the NBA. And then obviously Mike and a lot of the newer generation guys like Barkley, Malone, all those guys came in and really transcended the game and took it. Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller, it took it farther than where it was at that point. And obviously now it's grown to this big of a platform where you could have a young guy getting on here and saying this, making a statement so bold as saying that none of the guys back then was skilled. Anthony Edwards, I don't like that statement, and I'm a fan of Anthony Edwards. At the end of the day, your play speaks for itself, and I'm not going to discredit you as a player. You are a hell of a player, and I enjoy watching you. You know, I didn't enjoy with the Michael Jordan comparisons when they was comparing Mike to you, but that wasn't on you. That was on the media in a lot of ways. But this statement is fully on you. So if you ask me, no, Magic is not wrong for making a statement, because it's like, okay, well, win a championship first, then you can go speaking crazy like that. Win maybe 2 championships, then you can go speaking crazy like that. Win 3 championships, then you can go speaking crazy like that. But you haven't even won at the highest level in anything that you were in. So for you to make a statement, a blanket statement like that, it's almost like you're trying to give yourself an excuse of to why. You know what I mean? So people be like, okay, you've been in the league such and such and you haven't went to a championship nor won one, and you say, oh, well, it's because the game is real skilled. I mean, okay, what does that have to do with you still winning? Because we know that just because you're the most skilled, talented, athletic doesn't always mean that you're going to be the victorious one. It's things that takes you, and that's what they don't realize. It's things that takes you to that next level outside of just athleticism alone. When you look at Larry Bird play, in your mind, you're thinking there's no way that this dude is as good as he is. And you're trying to put it together. Okay, what is it? He doesn't have the fastest crossover. He doesn't have the quickest release. He doesn't have the best defense. So what is it about this guy? This guy gives relentless effort. That's what it is. This guy gives relentless effort. He plays like one of my subscribers. They like when I use this term and I say that he plays as if he's trying to earn a spot on the roster, not a start. I'm talking about just a spot on the roster. Period. And to see that type of tenacity in every game, that lets you know that there's habit, right? When you see Bird and we see a lot of those guys back then, when they was in those tough moments and those hard moments, they was able to stand up and look calm, cool, collected, and look like a killer. It's because they lived in that. It wasn't something that they chose. They didn't decide, okay, well, I'm going to bullshit through practice these 3 days, but then I'm going to go out this week and I'm going to play good. It's habit, like Kobe was saying. If you're great, or if you're a killer, you like that all across the board. It's no days off. So just like when you're in practice, every drill that you're doing, everything that you're doing to dominate, to be the best at it. That transcends onto your play on the court. And not saying that Anthony Edwards don't have that mentality. I'm just saying win a couple championships first, bro, before you come and disrespect a legend like that. Hell, win a league MVP first before you come disrespect legends of the past like that. You know what I mean? Like I say, in your mind, you probably think, okay, well, it's all good because I didn't disrespect Mike. No, you didn't disrespect. Well, yes, you did. You did it unknowingly when you discredit the past, because that's where that's all of Mike's success. All of Mike's championships have came off of people in that era. So basically, you're saying that if we put him in today's era, he wouldn't be crap because the players back then was less skilled. You know, make it make sense. But no, I don't have a problem with Magic Johnson commenting that. You know, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Whether you an old school basketball fan, whether you're a new school basketball fan, or whether you like me and you in the medium, you in both. If you like the old school and you like the new school, you respect the old school and you respect the new school. So let me know what y'all take on that. But you know, I don't think that he was wrong in terms of that, because I just don't like the fact that you're willing to get on there and discredit people who paved the way and made it possible for a lot of you guys to be making the money that you were making, getting the endorsements that you're getting. Let's remember, Anthony Edwards was in the movie, what's that, Hustler with Adam Sandler movie? So you don't think that things done back then, Michael Jordan being in Space Jam, all that type of stuff was things that led up and started giving athletes those opportunities? So come on, man, you got to salute them for what they've done. And don't say, oh, well, I credited Mike. But at the same time, you're discrediting him. You know what I mean? So, you know, just kind of be aware of what you're saying. And sometimes I know that the media can twist words around. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of be understanding too. But based off what I've seen, I don't think it was too much twisting in there. I think that was just up front, just blatantly disrespect. That's just my opinion. But that's it for this video, man. If you guys did enjoy this video, do me a big favor, man. Smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And when you subscribe, click that post notification bell where you be notified every time I upload, man. I got these videos coming back to back, so y'all don't want to miss it, man. I'm trying to bring the best quality sports analysis, sports broadcasting, whatever you want to call it, to this sports broadcasting world, sports analysis world, where it's much needed and people are talking facts and not just opinions. And I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out this thing. Peace.